Morning everyone. We've gone back to our regular spot between 9 and 10 start time after a few late morning and early afternoon walks. So today we're going into Garswood. We've just driven down towards Billings Road and the Sims Road pub, and we're just heading down Garswood Road now. It's a little bit breezy this morning, still 15 degrees, nice walking weather, and we're going to take a trip over to the Turpin, as it's known locally. A few little bits and pieces to talk about on the way around, so stay tuned for that. It's a little bit cloudier today. It was a lovely day yesterday. Had some really nice weather. Yesterday this sky was full of the smoke plume from the fire at Winstanley Willows. I've not heard any more about that other than it was a horrendous thing. It was still burning like mid-afternoon, late afternoon. You can still see the smoke pouring out of it, but in fact I can see another fire over there now. Just started in the distance. Whether that's the same place. We'll say a few hellos this morning. Leanne Hilton, thanks for tuning in. Katie Danridge, how you doing? James, my man. Good morning, Gaynor. Liz, how you doing? Yeah, that smoke's kind of in the same direction from yesterday, so I don't know whether it's still smouldering. But I drove down this way yesterday just to see what the root cause was of the fire before it came out on the news. And I said to James, I feel like a storm chaser, like that film Twister. Morning, Janet. We're kind of going over in that direction anyway in a minute, so we might be able to see what the smoke's all about again. No storm chasing today. So if you just joined us, we started off at Sims Road pub, and we're just heading down Garswood Road towards the entrance to the farmer's path that takes you up the Turpin. Now, with yesterday's weather, I don't know what today's going to be like, but certainly a bit of blue sky, nice little bit of sunshine, but a few ominous looking clouds knocking about. But if you had a barbecue last night for your tea, put your thumbs up. I certainly did. We had a mixed grill, burgers, sausage and lamb chops. walking fuel. So on the left here we've got Garswood Sports and Social Club. It's got a bowling green, function room, live music, bingo and a games room. And to the right is the play area, playing field. Did you have a barbecue last night, James? Morning Elaine, morning Jean. Thanks for tuning in. We've just started our walk off from the pub at the end of the 2 mile stretch, Sims Road pub, and we're heading down Garswood Road now. Just down the estate on your right hand side there's a little path that you can take, and that's where we're heading today, to the Turpin. Just got a runner going past, a loader past. You're welcome. Friendly in Garswood. Gotta say that because my mother-in-law lives here. That's the bus taking you to Rainford Station, and we'll just cross here and there's a public footpath sign up ahead taking us right into the field. The Stag pub is on your left. I believe, I could be wrong, I believe it's closed down. I could be wrong. Apologies if it's misinformation. So there's the walking sign. Morning Scott. And we've taken a right off Garswood Road. Down the path and onto the field. Those trees look like they've got a treehouse in the middle of them. It looks there's like a platform on them. That'd be cool if you were a kid. So James Hornby started off the a history lesson. It's beat me to it. So the Turpin wood, or the Turpin wood, is on your left there. And Turpin, the word Turpin, comes from Tor, meaning hill, and pen, meaning a boundary of farmland, basically. But over time, the word Turpin in the local area and the local dialect has turned that into what's now locally known as the Turpin. And legend has it that Dick Turpin, the infamous thief, burglar, basically an outlaw, sought refuge in Garswood on his journey between London and York. Why he'd make that diversion, I don't know. He should have just gone straight up the A1, I think. Anyway, so Dick Turpin apparently came up here, and he had a horse, famous horse, that he commanded to jump over a huge wall, or hedgerow, should I say, and proceeded on his way to York, as he was evading the authorities. Now that wall doesn't exist anymore, or the hedgerow doesn't exist anymore, but the pathway does. So I'll take you down there and we'll have a look where it was supposed to have happened. Shout out to Leslie, morning. Sheila, good morning to you. Looks like the crops are growing nicely all along here. Morning. So the hill that we're climbing is Weathercock Hill, and the Turpin wood is on your left. And as James informs us, it was known as Turpin How. I'm not sure about Monkwood, James. I'm not too sure about that. Never heard of that one. By all accounts, it's a possibility. Now, the wood itself now is a lot smaller than it used to be. And you'll see shortly there's a fence line and some kind of container within it, huge thing, and that's a local water reservoir that's been buried under the ground and sealed up. Usually quite fresh up here. I say that, I've only been up a couple of times. The wind comes over the hill there and it's just straight in the face. So if you need waking up and a bit of a climb in the morning, it's not that steep, but you can see there we have come up the hill quite a bit. So that direction you can see Winter Hill in the distance. A little bit of cloud cover at the moment. just address the group as well, if you're watching. As of, I'm not going to say next week, but in a very short space of time, we're going to have to start addressing our resident historian James as Mr. Hornby. Just to give you a heads up on something he told me about earlier today, which I thought was brilliant. This is the highest point of Weathercock Hill, and there's the Turpin Woods. Looking back towards Garswood, and then Manchester's in the distance. And then you've got Winter Hill. Winstanley's in that direction, Parbowl and Standish, and then over there on the hill in the centre is Billinch Hill, where the masts are. James says, please tell. Oh, it's not my news to tell, man. It's not my news to tell. We'll do it tomorrow. Oh, myself and James will be doing a walk together tomorrow for the first time. Fingers crossed, all being well. So that's certainly one to tune into. Morning. Morning to Barbara Woods. How are you, Barbara? Hello. You can see how wide the wood goes there, stretches all the way down and round. But it's not as deep as it used to be over that way. Morning. Morning, mate. The wind's dropped now, we've gone over the hill. Let's come back again. Thought I'd give a shout out as well. I've had a message this morning and a post last night. Shout out to the residents of Pemberton Road going up to Windy Harbour when you left there, and some residents from the little street on the right, which name vexes me right now. But shout out to you guys for being nominated as one of the friendliest streets in Britain. They're actively seeking your vote for that title, and we'll be sharing the link up again later on today. Certainly put Winstanley on the map once again. So we were talking earlier on about the Turpin and the connection between Dick Turpin, which is probably one of the reasons why the wood, which is spelt Turpen, so Dick Turpin, according to local legend, jumped over quite a high hedgerow to evade the authorities after seeking refuge in Garswood on his journey from London to York. But again, local legend, who knows? So there's a left and a right turn here. Taking the right one today. Another left and another right. Quick check on the map there, sorry for the interruption. As I said, I've only done this walk a couple of times, and getting my bearings along the way. As always, the map for this walk and the video will be available on the website later on today, and we'll put a link up for you so you can see it on Facebook. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Helen. Helen said she was up the Turpin yesterday. Oh, on Tuesday, sorry. You're from Garswood, aren't you, Helen? Do you know the story about Dick Turpin seeking refuge in Garswood? Did you get taught that in primary school? Well, Well, I'll tell you very briefly. So, legend has it that Dick Turpin, on his journey from London to York, he was a highways man, an outlaw, thief, burglar. He used to pull up old horse and carts and steal the jewellery and pinch a kiss from the ladies, apparently. But he came up to Garswood. Eventually the authorities caught up with him, and then him and his horse escaped by jumping over a really high wall that eventually took you to Arch Lane, which is where you went yesterday, or on Tuesday. So the legend goes. Good morning, Emma, our resident press secretary. So it's a lot less breezy on this side, but everything's very green at the moment, and it looks like the skies are clearing up too, nice and blue. I think Emma's just woken up. She's usually on the keyboard straight away. A sneaky start this morning. Well, I think I did say yesterday that I'll be doing our regular time slot of 9-10 o'clock start, so that's the plan for the next few days. Dog's getting shouted at. The lady's making as much noise as the dog there. Bless. Morning, Kaylee. Emma says, I think I'm delayed. I think you're always delayed, aren't you, Emma? So we're now heading into the direction of Billinge, the main road that runs through St Aidan's direction, I think it is. Looks like there's a horse training pen on my left. Can't see it really unless you peer through the bushes, but just through there. think there's a pond on the other side. Yeah, there is. There's a pond there. Quite a big one. Can't get to it from here. Maybe from another angle. So if you wanted to extend this walk, where that path is between the trees up ahead near the walker, you can go all the way down there and that'll take you onto a little estate that backs onto the main road at Billinge. The right turn here takes you up towards the farmhouse and onto the main road. The estate at Billinge. And straight over that tree in the middle is one of the antennas from Billinge Hill, just poking out the top. And the road that we're going to get to is Billinge Road. It's not the Billinge Road in Highfield, clearly. It's the road that links Billinge with Garswood at the roundabout. Emma says, not got your muffler yet. No, my microphones, are they a bit noisy this morning with the wind? It's not as bad as it sounds, I don't think. But no, I've not got my muffler. Also known as a dead cat. Little furry thing that you put around your microphone to stop the wind blowing. Probably seen that sort of thing on something like Challenge Annika. The news. Morning, Lynn. Morning. Almost at the main road now, Billinge Road, and at the end of that road is the church, the pub, the old Tudor looking pub. I think it's called the Stoke, or used to be called the Stoke. I could be wrong there. I think there's one opposite as well, but I forget its name. We've got a really nice nice view down towards Garswood that way. I should have plugged the website with the dog walker. Yeah, I should be dishing out like cards or leaflets or something. I don't know. So from this point you get a really good view across to Liverpool, Runcorn, and even some of North Wales in the distance. You can see the power station at Runcorn there. I'll zoom in. You can just make out the power station. It's a bit hazy this morning. So no doubt you'll be able to see the likes of Runcorn Bridge and the new bridge as well. And Liverpool's to our far right, just over the top of the trees. Paul. Elaine Monk says yes, it was the Stoke. Apparently if you go down into the cellars you will come across a bricked up doorway, and rumour was that it was a tunnel straight through to Crank Caverns. Well, I never. We're not taking this route, but there is a walking sign there, and you can walk through the farm to the right and then down, and that'll take you onto the back fields if you wanted to extend the walk again. And if you're tired you can sit on that bench, I suppose. Good morning, Dot. So the track for that path is over there, kind of follows the tree line and around some of the fields, and you can kind of work your way back to where we're going to end up. And it looks like there's a bridleway down here on the right too that will take you back to where we were earlier on. Again, I'm shortening the route, I think. So that there is a bridleway sign, I think. Oh no, just a public footpath, just a big one. So that'll shorten the walk for you. If you want to head back to the Turpin, you can do that, or you can come up that road and follow Billings Road further down from where we joined it. I clocked up on the route planner this morning. You can make this like a 6, 7, 8 kilometre walk as a circular. You can make it as short as 3 kilometres as a circular. So many different routes along the way. horses in the field. There's quite a few horses, actually. It's a nice one, a white one. Breakfast time. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Mum. Thanks for tuning in. Some nice stone cottages along the way. Okay, Helen's off. Heidi's getting all sorts out now. Looking forward to a fun day of playing with all the toys. So, speak to you later, Helen. Morning, Margaret. So we've got a couple of latecomers to the walk today. We've done, I'd say, half of the off-road walking already, and we're just taking a short trek down Billings Road. Not the one in Highfield, but the one in Garswood, towards Billings. We're heading back towards Garswood now. There's the rapeseed coming out. The yellow flowers. But we've been over the Turpin, which is a wood to the left of a path called the Turpin Woods. And kind of turned right from that back towards Billings, and in doing so telling a story about Dick Turpin, who apparently sought refuge in Garswood during his journey from London to York. So there should be, fingers crossed, a path on the left. The road gets quite thin here, so let's hope it does have a path. Does it, does it, does it, does it, does it? It does. Well, you'd not see that if you were driving past, so public footpath. And hopefully we should see some water soon. And there's the horses' field we just walked past. That direction. Horses out this morning. So it's a little bit breezy out, but it's actually quite warm. There's a lot of rolling hills around, an open space, so nothing really to break it up. At the top of the hill, known as the Turpin, which is Weathercock Hill, we started on, was really blustery, quite fresh. And there's a hill on the left there, which I'm pretty sure is called Tedlock Hill, or Tedlock Hillock. I had to Google a hillock this morning. Apparently it's a hill that's smaller than a hill. Which didn't make much sense, but let's go for a small hill. Is a hillock. So we've turned right off that path and we're now heading towards the 2 mile stretch direction. Lots of a nice pink blossom here, pink and white. Anybody know what that is? And more to the point, should I be touching it? Is it poisonous? Any gardeners out there that know what they're talking about? So I was saying earlier on about the distance, you can make this a really long one if you wanted to, by doing further loops or taking diversions. This route should be around about 5.5k, so if you're strolling it's probably going to take you around about an hour and 20. If you're motoring, then you could probably get it done in much less than an hour. I'm kind of going in between, so we should be on for the hour mark, just over. Emma Davis says it's a flower. Elaine Monk says a hawthorn. Okay. Any other guesses? Now this route was already planned yesterday morning, and I've been thinking about it for a week or two, about where to go. Somebody actually beat me to it and posted a couple of pictures on yesterday. The pictured one from the top of Wood, top of the Turpin, looking down the hill. And they also pictured one, I'm pretty sure, from this field. So it looks like I might be doing the route. And he posted a picture on saying, what are these things? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what he photographed. Let's have a look. Yeah, these are definitely the ones. So come on, gardeners. I put the answer on actually yesterday what these might be. There's a whole field of them. And if you know the answer from yesterday's answer, don't cheat. See if you can see what those are. So we're going to do a right turn down here, but you can, I'm pretty sure you can go straight on through the trees and again make the circuit even longer. looks like you can. There's a path off to the left, and that takes you over. I think there's a stile down there, and then you can work your way around a few more fields around the back of these trees. We're going to go over this little bridge, with a little brook running under it, little drainage ditch. Just behind these trees is a nice, rather beautiful bit of water. Just look at that. Some oars on the platform over there. Rather nice. Nice little spot. I don't know why I just zoomed through the trees. There's a big open window of it here. I've never been here before, so this is a first for me. There's a guy fishing over there. There's some downhill droppings along the way. A beautiful spot. Lovely. I do think it's probably a private fishery or something to that effect, so I wouldn't go swimming in it. I think it's got a lovely little deck leading down from the house. There's a little car park there. It's probably part of the farm, to be fair. It says private property, no trespassing. So don't go jumping over there and thinking you can go and have a little bit of bathe in the water. So we're just coming out to the exit of the path and onto the bottom end of the 2 mile stretch. There's the walking sign. It's a bit dangerous here because you can't see around that corner, and you can't see around that corner. So to the left is Leyland Green Road, which is going to be closed for 4 weeks on the 8th of the 6th. And then Winstanley Road is to your right, taking you back towards Windy Harbour. And this is where it changes to Garswood Road, taking you into Garswood. No swimming, mother. That's the last farmer's field with the football ground on the right. pub should be just round this corner. Back to our start point. If you've got a dog, there's some water for it. Or if you're particularly thirsty, I suppose they wouldn't mind you. No, don't. I can imagine a few people's faces who are watching this as I said that. Yeah. Yes, Mum, you were definitely one of those people. So there's the entrance to the football ground. Garswood United FC, and we'll cross over the road shortly to the pub, and that's where we'll finish. Morning. So Christmas is usually a bit of a Christmas tree all lit up here, from what I can recall. A couple of benches and a picnic bench for a little bite to eat. But when the Sims Road pub opens up, make sure you come here for a pint or half, or even some food. And that is the Turpin walk from Garswood. So guys, we will see you again for another journey tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a duo walk with myself and James Hornby, our resident historian, and it'll be one to look out for. We'll update you with the time of when that's going to start as we plan the route today. So there you go. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.